So, guys, let's quickly look into question number five. I think the solution is given. Let me just go ahead and review that. The price of Gary rose by 40% last week, and then fell again by 40% this week. What is the total rise or fall in percentage? Okay. One thing about this question is since we are still trying to get our final answer in percentage, why can't we represent? I think we used to use 100. We are going to use 100 as the initial price. Take note. All right. Since this is a percentage problem, we need to use 100, just coming from the word percent. So if you use 100 as your initial price to make the work more easier to do it, I think there's a reference to that. I saw it in one GRE textbook like that. You know, this thing means if you have a particular price that is not given, and then you reduce that price at the first stage, then you reduce it again with the second stage. Looking at this problem, I don't know the price of carry, I don't know the initial price, but it's okay. It rose by 40. Whether it's increased or it decreased, all I know is that if you have more than two of them, if it's just one, if it's reduced by 40%, you can easily solve and get your final result. What if it's reduced twice, or it rose and then decreased again? You understand? How do you do with questions like that? I think there was a pattern that they used in GRE maths. I think that's for quantitative reasoning. So they were able to state it there that always take, since this is a percentage problem, always take the initial price as 100. All these things, they have their own basic concept. And if you don't understand the basic concept, you will not be able to solve the question correctly. You just do it in your own way. And the funniest thing is, if you do it your own way, you will see your answer in the option. And then the correct answer will still be in the option. Whereas you are wrong and you don't know. And after the exam, you'll be like, I'm unfortunate. I don't solve that problem. I solved it. It was very easy. How was it? It was fine. But whereas you've done some slight mistakes. So always take note of this. So all I just know is that in that topic, it was stated that if you have more than one decrease in percent in a particular problem, and you don't know the initial price or initial data value in that problem, always assume the initial value to be 100. Okay, but this thing is dealing with price, so I'll just call it initial price. Get. So assuming, sorry for that, let me try to write question five. So, okay, let's assume. So I'm making an assumption, all right? I actually have a reference to this, all right, like I said. So you might be wondering why are we using 100? So I actually saw it somewhere too, all right? So assume the initial price, okay, of Gary. No, it's not given. All I just know is that that price rose by 40%. So if it's not given to you, and then you have either increase or decrease in percent, or both decrease in percent, or both increase in percent, always remember to make an assumption for 100. Just take that as 100 units. It's not percent, just 100. That's the price. It should be in based on the units given. So in this case, we don't know whether it is in naira, whether it is in dollars, but it's not stated. So I'll just leave it like that. So since it's not stated, you can just write a unit. I did mean the unit was given. You substitute with that unit. If it's dollar, put dollar in the right place. All right. So assuming the initial price of Gary is 100, so what will now be? This is an increment, right? It increased by rose means it rise, right? So it rose by 40%. That means I will take 40%. How do you see it? 40%. What's 40%? That should be okay. Let's say after the increase, let me do it this way. So after a 40% increase, based on the formula given to us, so that means our new price. This is the new price now. It's no longer the initial price. Whatever I have as final answer here will be the new price, and there will be an increment there. It will not be 100 again. It will be more than 100. Okay, so which means the new price will now be. I want to add 100 to since there is an increase, I will add it to 100. So 40% increase means 40% of the initial price, which is 100. Do you understand that logic? How will I explain? Let me try to do it this way. They said the price of Gary rose by 40% last week. Off means times, right? Since the price of Gary is 100, off means times, and it rose by 40%. Now let's solve this. This is the increase that I'm going to have, and that will give us what? 100 times 40%, like I said, 40%. This percentage itself, this symbol itself, means 1 over 100, okay, which is hundreds. 1 over 100. And we are multiplying by 1 over 100, and we have this. So this will cancel out this. You get that logic, and then we are left with 4. So the 40% increase of this original price is 40. Normal reason, even though you don't need to solve it, you get the result in that case. So what happens? That means our new price after the first increase, okay, after 40% increase, we have it as it should be, the initial price you get plus the increment, which is 100 units plus 40, and that is 140 naira. So if the initial price is 100 and I have an increase of 40% on this price, that's 140 naira. It's just as if you are selling, let's say you are selling granite for 100 naira, and then you decide to increase it by 40% of that price. So that means you are now selling it for 140 naira. That's the meaning, right? So now, you now said, okay, we already have an increase there. Again, it fell by 40% again. That means this is the new price that we now have. This new price will now replace whatever calculation we want to do now. I'll be using 140 as the initial price for whatever I want to do. Just like you're trying to accumulate the price, and then instead of using 100, and then you take 40% again. If you take 40% decrease, 40% means 40% of the price. That's it's still 40. So if I go ahead and remove it from 100, and I say we have 60 for the next result, then I'm wrong. You are not expected to reduce this 40% from the initial price. You are expected to remove this 40% which fell. You are supposed to remove it from where we stop. Okay? So now that I have 140, so I'm taking 40% of this new price that we have. Okay, because after solving this, after this, you are left with 140 naira. Now, this 140 naira, the amount that we have now, this price that we are selling that stuff now, hmm, it's decreased, it fell again by 40%. So that means I'm missing 40% of 140, all right, and that will give us 40 over 100 times 140. 0 cancels 0, 0 cancels 0. So I'm left with 4 times 14. Okay, and 4 times 14 is 56. So to now get the another new price now after the decrease, that is, I would say after 40% decrease, or when it fell by 40%. So you don't need to write anything, just go straight to the point. So then we have our new price here should be. I'm removing this from 140. Here you get. So we have 140 now. Now if it fell by 40% of that price, okay, then that means I'm going to remove 56 from that price, which is 140. So 140 minus 56, guys, that should give us 84. So we have been able to we have been able to deduce all the statements up to this point. Then what is the total rise or fall in percentage? That is the main question. The total rise or fall. So that is total rise or fall means percentage change. All right, the change in percentage, whether it rise or fall, you don't know. All right. So then the percentage change. Let me use PC for instance as the formula. Percentage change now should be the initial price that we assume. We actually made an assumption minus this final price that we have. Okay, we want to find percentage. You always divide it by the same initial price. So if I'm handwriting is my, I don't know what's wrong with this pen this night. Then times 100% as usual. So to find the percentage change, whether total rise or fall, it means change now, right? It change. You don't know that it rises or it falls. All I know is that there's a change, all right, in the percentage. And we always take it as the initial assumption that we made minus the final price that we have here, then all divided by the initial price times 100. So if you do that, that's how we definitely come out. What's initial? The initial we made an assumption of 100, remember? The final result, we have 84. After the increase and decrease of the original price, we have 84 left. Then divided by the initial, which is 100, then times 100%. So, trivially speaking, this will cancel this, and then we'll be left with 100 minus 84, and that is 16%. So, guys, I'm glad to tell you that the final result of this thing is 16%. So, now let's try to confirm. I believe you guys can still hear me. Hello? Okay. I'm going too fast, Alvin. I'm trying to speed up the solution, that's why. Okay, if you have any question, please feel free to ask. Okay. Well, let me confirm the answer first. Okay, we have 16 in the option, 16%, and that is option B. So, do you have any question before I proceed? Please feel free to ask questions, please. It's better you understand it now than to pretend as if you understand it, and whereas you don't understand it. Please take notes. So, do you have any question before I proceed? Uh, can you guys hear me? Any question? So, can I move straight to the next question? Yes or no? Yeah, now, guys, I'm waiting. I need a response, please. Okay. All right. Thank you. Let me just go ahead. All right. Can you take a screenshot, or should I go ahead and clear this? So you can take a screenshot now. Let me just hold on for you. Okay. Let me scroll down a little bit. So you can take a screenshot now. All right. Thank you. Remember, you have 300 questions to solve under QR, and we are still on question number 5. Okay. Let's say if you can solve 10 questions per day, that means 70 questions before the exam date. Wow. Interesting. Anyways, we'll try our best. Now, the next thing is question number 6. So, what can I do? Let me scroll it to the left hand side. I hate this question with passion. What is this? Okay. Now, guys, the average weight of a class. This thing is like mean. Is this not mean? Average means mean. Okay. So, you can use the idea of mean in this question. We always say that mean is always equals to um, the sum of data values given. Or you say the sum of all items. Let me use, I use data value now. You people will be like, what's this? Let me use the English that you understand. The sum of items. Okay, the sum of all items. The sum of all items given in that your data over the number of items. Take for instance, if I give you two, four set of even numbers, take for instance, this is what I give you now. And I have to find the average of this. That means average, which is mean. Average means you sum all these things together, sum of all the items given. That is 2 plus 4 plus 6 plus 8 plus 10. It means total, right? Total. I can replace this thing as total over number of items, something like that. Then all divided by number of items means how many times do you have it? How many are they? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over 5. Then you go ahead and solve. So if I want to interpret it here, let's bring the same terminologies into this question. The average weight. Now, in this case, the average is given, okay, and the average is well defined. When I say it is well defined, that is, they're able to give us the subject of that average, which is weight. That is the average of weight. The average weight of a class is 36. So that means this AV here is 36 equals to. When the weight of the teacher is also included, okay, sorry, I've not interpreted it completely. No, this thing is missing. The average weight of a class of 24 students. That means there. So the formula I'm using now is average. Average weight is equals to the sum of all the weights, right, over number of students. You understand that logic now? So that means average is 36 based on this question. The average weight of a class of 24 students is 36. This one is 36. Noted. Of a class of 24 students, number of items, they are 24. But I don't know the total, like the sum of all the weights. So I'm looking for the total. If I can get the total, then I will know what to do from there. All right. So now we have we can cross multiply, right? That means the total weight will definitely give us 36 times 24. Who can multiply this for us, please? I need an answer to this. Anybody? Yeah, now guys. Are we still together? This one that you guys just kept quiet. Hello, can you guys hear me? Are we still together? Hello, can you guys hear me? Okay. Yeah. Can you hear me? Actually, I was trying to ask for the product of 36 and 24. That was my question. The average is 36. I, d- I don't know the total of the weight of all the students, but I know that we have 24 students. So I wanted to multiply this and this together. T times 1 is already T, which is total weight of all the students. Then I was trying to ask for the product of this 36 times 24. But don't worry, I've done that already. That's 864. So I have 864 as the total weight, which is it in kg? Yeah, that should be in kg. Now, when the weight of the teacher is also included, now initially we have only students, that is 24 of them. If we now decide to include teacher, that means the total number of items should be 25 this time around. If you're adding one, it says when the weight of the teacher is also included. So what happens? The average weight increases by 1 kg. Okay? So initially, this one simply means if the teacher is included, the average weight, which is 36, increased by 1 kg. You get, so I'll add 1 to the average, which is this, equals to. Now, remember that we are going to add all these things together, including the teacher itself. Okay, we'll add the teacher again. After getting this, okay, let's say the total weight of all the students is T. Then we want to add the teacher. Let's say teacher represents small T. If the teacher is now added, let me put it there. Let me correct that. Seriously, are you for real? Can you guys see my screen? And I'm just showing my screen from here. Oh, all right, guys. So this is what I was trying to explain. So the question says when the weight of the teacher is also included, what happens to the average weight? The average weight increased by 1. So this average weight is no longer 36. It's now being increased. You have an increase of 1 kg. So the average is now 1 kg. And remember that the teacher is now included. So which means the total weight of all the students plus, including the weight of the teacher as well. So let small t represent the weight of the teacher divided by. So how many items do we have now? So we are considering 25 people in this problem since the teacher is not included. So instead of 24, initially we have 24 students. If the teacher is also included, then the number of items we are dealing with now is 25. Okay? And remember that T has already been calculated as 864. So all I need to do is to solve for this small t so that I will get the weight of the teacher. I think that exactly that's what is being asked. What is the weight of the teacher? And this is the weight of the teacher. This T is the weight of all the students, right? It's the total weight of all the students. So this is 37 equals the total weight of all the students is, if you add all of them, all their weights together is 864 kg. All right, then plus this T now will now represent the weight of the teacher, which was included over 25. So now we need to multiply this and this together. If you drop one and then you cross multiply, you are going to have 37 times 25. And what is 37? Thank you. So that's what I need for me, guys. That's 925. So I have 925 equals to, what's going on here? Is this correct? 864 kg plus T. I think that's correct. So then I will take this 864 to the other side, right? Well, like terms. And that becomes 925 kg minus 864 kg equals to T. So if I subtract this, what are we going to? 61 kg. So the weight of the teacher is 61. So thank you. So the weight of the teacher is 61 kg. So I hope that is clear. I hope that is clear. Thank, thank you. So you can take a screenshot now before I clear it off. So let me just go ahead and clear this now. Okay. For the next question, which is question number 7, Mr. Kalada, Abi Kalada also. So Mr. Kalada is 3 times as old as his son. After 15 years, Mr. Kalada will be twice as old as his son's age at that time. Hence, what is Mr. Kalada's present age? So you have to be very, very fast with this. So we don't know the age of the son. All I know is that Mr. Kalada will be 3 times as old as his son. So let's say the son's age is 5, for instance. That means Mr. Kalada's age will now be 5 times 3. That means Mr. Kalada is 15 years old, right? As at that time. So, now that we don't know the age of that son, then we are going to use that same concept by saying, let the son's age represent X, such that Mr. Kalada's age will be equivalent to what? 3 times as old as his son. That's 3 times the son's age, which is X. And that is 3 times X, that is 3X. So, guys, the age of Mr. Kalada now, not Kalade, what was this? Mr. Kalada now is 3X. Now, take note of this. Okay? So that means we have been able to interpret the first statement here, or the first sentence. Now, the second statement here says, after 15 years, after 15 years, okay, which means after 15 years, okay, as at now, the source age was X. So in the next 15 years, it will be X plus 15. Now add 15 to the source age. So after 15 years, the source age now should be X plus 15. You get that logic? I'm adding 15 years of age to the present age, which is X plus 15. And also, that will also implies that Mr. Kalada's age now, after 15 years, should be 3X plus 15. Okay, so I also add 15 to this 3X, and that is 3X plus 15. And then from here, I hope you guys can hear me. Hello, are we still together? Okay, good. So then, after 15, good. So after 15 years, Mr. Kalada will be twice as old as his son's age. So after 15 years, this is Mr. Kalada's age. Thank you. This is Mr. Kalada's age, which is 13x plus 15. Sorry, 3x rather. What am I saying? 3x plus 15. After 15 years, this is Mr. Kalada's age. So Mr. Kalada will be twice. So that will be equal to twice as old as his son's age at that time. And the son's age was x plus 15. It will be x plus 15 as at that time. You get. So after 15 years, this is Mr. Kalada's age. And they said this age, Mr. Kalada will be twice as old as his son's age at that time. And this is the right expression for it. So that means I need to solve for x from here. And if I solve for x, x represents the son's age. But the question asks us to find the present age of Mr. Kalada. Okay, and that should be, let's solve this. That should be 3x plus 15 equals to 2 times x is 2x, and then 2 times 15 is 30. And then I'll take this 2x to the left hand side. That becomes 3x minus 2x. I already have 30 here. This plus 15 will go to the left hand side. Now that is, sorry, to the right hand side. And that is minus 15. 3x minus 2x, which implies I have 3 naira, I'm owing 2 naira. So automatically speaking, if I pay the debt, I'll still have 1 naira, which is 1x. And 1 is invisible, so that is just ordinary x. Okay, equals to 30 minus 15. And then 30 minus 15 should be what? 15. Thank you. It was plus here. It was plus here, right? And I took it to the other side. That's minus. Is that clear? Are we correct, please? Hope there's no any error here. I actually took this plus 15 to the right hand side, and that should be minus 15. Am I correct? So are we on the same page now? Okay. So we have x as 15. That means the son's age is 15. X is 15. So that means this is they actually asked for Mr. Kalada's present age. That's the initial age, right? And since the son's age is x, and Mr. Kalada's present age was 3x. So now that the son's age now is 15, so automatically speaking, Mr. Kalada's age now should be 3 times 15. And that is 3 times 15, that's 45. So I hope I've been able to try my possible best to explain this clearly to you guys. So is it clear? That's option B. And B is correct. Is that clear, guys? Any question? Okay. Okay. So you can take a screenshot now. You can take a screenshot now. And okay, so we have question. Let me clear this. Number 8. Question number 8 here says, what number? This is like puzzle. What's this? What number comes next in the sequence? Because you hear the word sequence now, the first thing that will come to your mind should be, nth term of an AP, that stuff that I taught you guys yesterday. So if you use that thing there, it's not work. You don't even need that at all. You don't need it here at all. This one is just like a puzzle. I see this thing as a puzzle. You need to look at the question clearly. All right? 975. So what do you guys notice? Looking at this question, it's like this looks like abstract reasoning too. It looks like abstract reasoning. So if you look at this set of numbers, or you call it sequence, this is a sequence. All right. I noticed that we have what I can notice here is that we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 digits here. Interesting. Here in this case, I have how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 digits. Guys, next one, 4 digits. Next one, 3 digits. So can you tell me how many digits I'm going to have for the next question? How many digits will I have? Thank you, 2 digits. But now that we know that we are going to have 2 digits, thank you. Now that we know that we are going to have 2 digits, what will be the 2 digit value? That means option A is out of it. Option B is out of it. So it's between these three options. You get. Now, how will you now know the correct answer? What I notice now is that I've been able to unlock the first part of the solution. Now I want us to, okay, don't let me waste our time. Let me just, because I can actually see the next thing to do from there. So let me just go straight to the point. So I won't waste our time. So what I notice now is that we've been able to figure out how many digits we are going to have here, but I don't know the exact number to insert. So what I noticed was that there is a remover in a particular digit. So from this one, from this first number given to us, this number that is being given to us, like which number is being removed? Can you tell me? One is removed, right? They remove one from here. One is removed. And then in the second part, in the second part, okay. One is removed there, then we have this result. Good. Now in the second part, two is removed, then we have this. In the third part, four is removed, and then we have this. That means one, two, three, one, two, then four is removed. So it's as if they are trying to remove the least item, the lowest number. Now, if you look at this one now, the lowest number here is what? Is one. So they remove that one away. Then we have 97452. This is it. So the lowest number here is what, guys? Is 2. So they remove this 2. That's 9745. Guys, what's the lowest number here? 4. If I remove 4, I have 975. So what will now be the final result based on what I've explained? So can you tell me? 97. So that's 97. So is that clear now? So these are the kind of questions that we will see by God's grace. But it's not that easy to, that kind of hot seats trying to that kind of hot seats trying to reason, it's not easy. It's not easy. I'm not like it's not easy. But we just need to give it our best. So I think that is clear now. So let's see question number 9. I'm just gonna get that view. For question number 9, okay, guys, please hold on. A pole in a lake. There's a pole in a lake. Yeah, so one half of the pole is in the ground. Hey God, which kind of question is this? All right, question number 9. There's a pole in a lake. One half, which means 1/2, of the pole. I don't know what the pole is. So that means I would have said let X represent the height of the pole. You get? Or the feet. That's height now. Abi? It should be height. So one half of the pole. Let's assume that I've written let X represent. Or let me just write it down for sorry. Let X represent the height of the pole. Then, according to this statement here, one half of X, which is the pole, is in the ground. It's in the ground, Abby. This one is for ground. I don't know whether I should call it G yet, but I don't know. I'm just trying to interpret it this way. Then the next thing for us to do from here now is to go ahead and interpret the second statement, which says another one third. What is one third? You can tell me. What's one third, guys? How will I write one third in mathematical way? No, one third. Try again. Give the try again. One third. If one half is 1/2, what's one third? Anybody? Are we still here? Let me confirm, please. How many people are online? We are not that much again. We are just 7. Okay. So, guys, what's one third? Like, how will I write one third? Can anyone tell me? If one half is 1/2, so what's one third? Thank you. 1/3. That's what I wanted to hear from you guys. That's 1/3. 1/3 of it, of that same, of that same pool. Get? is covered by water, right? And at the same time, and 12 and 12 is out of the water. 12 is out of the water. Out of the water. Now, all this thing works. So, see that I'm targeting this. No problem. What is the total length of the pole in feet? X is the height of the pole. Or, okay, it's length this time around. Length, rather, not height. Length. No problem. Or will I say height? Still height. That's feet. Yeah, it's still height. You can still use height. So, what is the total length? That is our total length of X. I can't call it, I can't just say it is TX. I won't use TX. All I know is that X is the total height now. It's still the total length of the pole. So X is equals to, I'll add all these things together. 1 over 2X. This off mixed times. That's 1 over 2 times X. That's X over 2. So now let me write it as X over 2. So remember that we have 1 over 2 of X, which is 1 over 2 times X. X over 2. Total means plus. So I'm going to add everything here. It's 1 over 3 of x, which is x over 3, plus 12 feet is out of the water. That's 12x2, but I'm not sure. I'm having issues with this. But let's give it a try. So now that we have this expression here, we need to solve for x. We need to solve for x. So can I test for option? Or if you still want to solve, no problem. So which one is the best? Can I test? If I take this 12 as our final, the 72 is the final answer. Let's say I take 72. 72 over 2. That's 31. No. 72 divided by 2. Can anyone tell me? Thank you, 36. Now 72 divided by 3. Is it decimal? It can't even sum up to. Will it? I'm not sure. I'm not sure whether this expression. I'm not sure whether this expression is going to work. I'm not sure. But let's see. Let me try to solve it normally. Just looking at it, the right hand side will be more than, so definitely be more than the left hand side. Okay, but in this case, we can just multiply through. Let me solve it normally before testing for the options. So we have 2, 3, 1. I can drop 1 here. Okay, guys, we have 10 minutes left, right? 15 minutes. So, guys, it should be okay. If I want to interpret this thing clearly, it is just 12 feet. Just 12 feet. So I'm not supposed to put X. It's not like others, like we have 1/3 of it. They don't even mention something like 24, 12 feet of it. It's just 12 feet is out of the water. Just 12 alone. We are not multiplying it with the height of the pool. So that means X is not included. Let me just put it that way. X is not included. You get. And that means we are not going to have this X that is there. You get that logic? So it's just ordinary 12. So if I solve this, it should work. The LCM here is 6. The decimal of 1, 2, 3, 1 is 6. So I'll multiply each of this fraction with 6 individually. X over 1 times 6 equals to x over 2 times 6 plus x over 3 times that same LCM, 6 plus 12 over 1 times that same 6. Then x times 6 is 6x. 2 here 1, 2 here 3. 3 times x is 3x. 3 here 1, 3 here 2. 2 times x, 2x. 12 times 6, 72, right? And then if I collect like terms, if I take all this to the other side, yeah, that should be 6x. 72 is correct. 6x minus 3x plus, sorry, that should be 3x. Just like this. That's minus 3x minus 2x equals to 72. So now I took this to the other side, and I decided to take this to the other side too. So then we have 6x minus 3x minus 2x. 6x minus 3x is 3x. And 3x minus 2x is 1x. And 1x is 72. And that's 72 feet. So is this clear, guys? Is it clear? Okay. So now the last question for tonight is question number 10. Okay. I think that's all we have on this page. So I need to. You can take a screenshot, okay? Just can take a screenshot. So we don't have question number 10 here. So I have to click next. What's happening? Oh, no, no. It's going to take a lot of time. They might cancel each other. Can you guys hear me? So do you have the other pattern? Okay. All right. Actually, this the whiteboard is still loading. I tried to click next and it's still loading. So I hope it comes up very soon. But before we continue, do you guys have any question, any suggestion based on what we have done so far? Any suggestion? Just say something. Okay, okay. Definitely, definitely. I'm very sure of that. Abi? Yeah. Yeah, exactly. It's going to be very, very tough. It's going to be very, very tough. But at least we will definitely go there with our pen, and once we get there, we can just try to request for paper. Probably we can just ask for paper and get, and then we're going with empty sheets. Yeah, just going with empty sheets. So when it's not jam, even though if it's jam, I think they'll still give them like a worksheet also. If it's jam. So yeah. So the whiteboard is off now. I have to open it up again, and that's going to take a lot of time. That was because I actually clicked next also. Let me just search for it. Let me post this.